Hey everybody, JP Alexander for the Rabid Dogs Unleashed. Today is Monday, March 28th, 2022. And I want to talk about a little something that happened at the 94th Academy Awards last night. I think it's the 94th. I don't know. I don't watch it. I didn't watch it last night, except for some scenes of it. And I haven't watched it in years because it's a boring snooze fest. And even the jokes are not funny, and most of the films that win, I don't think are really worth it. I mean, of course, yes, The Godfather or something like that, but Coda won yesterday, I think, for Best Picture, and I watched it a few weeks ago, and I was falling asleep during it, and found it slow and boring. But hey, what do I know, right? I guess the artist types know good films, and they pick that. Whatever. Could care less. I see what I do. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I don't care about awards or anything like that. But the Academy Awards is just so people who make a lot of money can congratulate themselves on making a lot of money. That's really what I see it as. Why don't you stop the awards and take the money that would be generated from that and put it towards something good? They're not going to do that. So anyway, yesterday at the awards, probably one of the biggest things in the Academy Award history happened last night that actually makes us want to talk about it and at least watch it maybe for next year. Maybe there'll be a little more interest in watching it next year. Maybe it'll get a bigger audience than this year did. Anyway, that is, which a lot of you probably heard of already, Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Nothing wrong with your computer. Nothing wrong with if you're watching this video. That's what I said. Yes, Will Smith smacking Chris Rock at the Academy Awards. Okay, let me give you some context to what happened. Okay, Will Smith was in the front row because he's up for Academy Award for Best Actor, which he won. I think they knew he was going to win because he's right there, and they put him right there, and. He's there with his wife and I guess his kids and his whole family there, right there at a table. And Chris Rock was up giving an award for best documentary. And he's a comic. Now, I guess when you do the Academy Awards, the hosts, whoever the hosts are, there can be more than one, are supposed to tell jokes. In the case of someone like a James Franco, he didn't do that. But you're supposed to tell jokes. That's what your job is. And if you're a presenter, especially if you're a comic like Chris Rock, you tell jokes. Now, let me say this right now. I love both Chris Rock and Will Smith. I think they're both great at their craft. I think Will Smith's as good an actor as Chris Rock is a comedian. Chris Rock's a great comedian, one of the best comedians we have out there. Will Smith's a great actor, one of the greatest actors we have out there. He's made his share bombs, but a lot of his filmography is just great films, okay? And he's been doing it for 30 years, around that, right? So, yes, they're both fine talents, okay? And Chris Rock, that's his job, to tell jokes, okay? Now, Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, who's an actress in her own right, she has a shaved head now because she has this thing called alopecia, which is a condition, I guess, and it makes you lose your hair a little bit. And she decided, instead of having big clumps of hair missing in her head and bald spots, she just decided to shave it off. Which I gotta say, she looks pretty good for a woman with a shaved head, and so do a lot of women. A lot of women shave their head and they look pretty good, And she's one of them. Okay, so Chris Rock, who said afterwards he didn't know she has this condition. A lot of us, I don't know she has this condition because, I don't pay attention to this kind of stuff. So a lot of people didn't know she has this condition. So I don't know. I don't think anybody wrote that joke for him. I think he came up with himself. And I guess they give people carte blanche to say whatever joke they want, because if he would have maybe told somebody, hey, these jokes have to pass through people before they're allowed to be said, people would have said, hey, she has alopecia, so maybe that's a joke in bad taste. but it's not that bad. I mean, it's really not that bad on the whole. I've seen way worse jokes. Not even just at the Academy Awards, just anywhere. I've seen a lot worse jokes about people and their problems. This isn't really a big one because the joke went. He said, G.I. Jane 2, I can't wait to see you in it, meaning she's bald because she's filming G.I. Jane 2, which I could almost see if she was, 30 years younger, if she was 20 instead of, 50 or 25 instead of the age she is right now. I could see them having a remake of it and putting her on a role and saying, we're going to use your condition for something positive and incorporate it into this film. You're going to be, and I could see her taking a movie, kind of like what they did with Christopher Reeve when he's in a wheelchair, being in the movie The Rear Window, a remake of The Rear Window, which is a Jimmy Stewart movie, which Alfred Hitchcock, Jimmy Stewart, made the movie Rear Window, and he was watching, a murder take place across the hall, and he was in a wheelchair. But so So Christopher Reeve played in that. He's using his accident, his situation, into the plot of the movie. So that's great. I could see Jada Pinkett Smith doing that. So again, I'm trying to justify how it wasn't that offensive of a joke, and he's considering he's pretty much comparing her to Demi Moore, another beautiful woman when she was bald. So I don't see anything really wrong with that. It's in a bad taste, I guess. If knowing that she has this condition, probably maybe a little bit, but he didn't. He said he didn't know she had the condition. So let me show you on my phone here a little bit of what happened. I'm trying to go through it as it happens. Okay.
Who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith.
Now, he told that joke, and Javier Bardem looks to be a lot more serious of an actor than Will Smith is most of the time. And he's going along with it. Him and Penelope Cruz, his wife, they're going along with it. And English isn't their first language, but they understand the context of it's a joke, it's comedy. We're all here to let our head down and just, make fun of each other and get awards. At the end of the night, you're going to take your awards and you're going to party and you're going to dance the night away, and it's all going to be good. That's what I say. So keep that in mind right now. Okay?
Please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Now watch. Will Smith smiled. He found that mildly amusing. His wife did not smile at all. Not even a little smile before she went into this serious, really like if looks could kill kind of look. And, I don't know. All I know is that he probably thought it was humorous in the beginning, kind of like, he got her. He got her. And then she's probably was like, that was really insulting and that was really inconsiderate. And, you see here.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here.
Now he goes, okay. He had to, because the audience was probably going, the people who probably knew she had alopecia were going, like, that's not a good joke. And he was saying, oh, come on, that wasn't that bad. It's kind of justifying the joke. And now, at this point, Will Smith is getting up from his chair, which he should have never done. Even if he finds it humorous, even if he doesn't find it humorous, he looks over his wife, she's upset. This is not the time and the place for you to get up and start a confrontation with somebody. It's not. It's at the Academy Awards. Me and people are watching. They like you, okay? You're going to win an Academy Award later on. People probably know this. They're going to celebrate you, and you're actually going to get angry and storm up to the now. Why didn't anybody, maybe security or something, jump in there and say, hey, wait, well, you can't do this. You can't rush the stage. People just can't. I mean, would it be okay if an editor, best editing, just because he wasn't picked or something, just started to dodge on the stage? I don't think so, but Will Smith's more like, well, he's Will Smith, so let him go up there. It's going to be funny, right? And no, it wasn't funny.
Oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Now, that's totally whacked out. You don't do that shit. You don't go up and go on stage and whack somebody for telling a joke. That's like saying, if you're stand up in a comedy club, you could just go up on stage and slap them in the face. That's okay. Physical violence is always okay if somebody, makes a joke you don't like. That's not the way to handle that. Could have waited for a lot behind, backstage and said, hey, I don't appreciate that joke you said. And he could have said, what? And he could have explained to him that his wife has alopecia. And he could have said, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that. I'm sorry. I would have never told the joke if I knew she had that. It is in bad taste, but I didn't know. But for him going up there and slapping him in the face, that totally voided everything. Nothing else matters. That is wrong. The fact that he took it in stride. Do you imagine if he would have hit him and he would have just hit him back, and they would have been drawing each other on the ground and rolling around? I mean, that would have been really a fucked up. Even more, well, nowadays it's up there with the guy behind David Niven in the 70s running naked with the peace sign backstage. I'm sure ever since that fiasco, they have people backstage making sure people just don't run out, and do something crazy. And, there's also some other crazy moments like Marlon Brando having that Indian lady, that American Indian lady who was actually Hispanic, go up on stage and take the award and say how Native American Indians are being mistreated. Probably not the time and place for that. But, hey, there's been so many political statements when people get up there. So, I mean, are these any weirder than Joaquin Phoenix talking about fucking cows and milk and eating meat? Is this really any weirder than that, This is, but the Marlon Brando thing probably isn't. But, this is called physical violence, and that's not good, ever. And later on, when he won the Academy Award for Best Actor for King Richard, he said King Richard, stands by his family, and he does too. This was not an attack on your family. This was not something you had to go slap Chris Rock, who's smaller than you, by the way. I'm sure if The Rock would have said that, you would have kept your bitch ass sitting down in that chair and you would have laughed it off. But since it's Chris Rock, you decide, well, I'm going to beat up on a smaller guy and emasculate him. But I got to say, Chris Rock, he looked way better in this situation because he didn't even fall down. He didn't hit back. He was just kind of in shock and like, wow, he just slapped the shit out of me. I don't think he could believe it.
Out your fucking mouth. Wow, dude. Yeah. It was a G.I. Jane jump. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. I'm going to, okay?
Whoa. I mean, imagine Javier Bardem saying this, coming up there, punching him and saying the same shit. No. Because why does he got to keep, don't even say Jada Pinkett Smith ever again on stage. What are you, a fucking idiot? Why would you keep my wife's name? Why? She's up there with you. I can't make a little joke out of her. Why? Keep your wife. Dude, what the fuck is this? Hey, you dissed my wife. Dude, really? Come on, man. Come on. We're above that, aren't we? Yeah, but you should be. I mean, this is supposed to be the biggest day of your fucking life right here. This is your time to shine. You got an Academy Award for Best Actor, and you do this shit? Your Academy Award's playing a backseat to this shit right here. This behavior is just not acceptable. It's not. And I'm sad for him because I like him. And I don't know how he's going to bounce. And he comes and he gives an apology to the, Academy because they probably said, hey, give an apology when you get up there. And he does this crying act. But he doesn't say I'm sorry to Chris Rock, Chris Rock, for again, giving him some praise here, he's not filing a complaint. He's probably like, whatever. He did what he did. I'm not going to make it worse by filing a complaint. Here's the rest of it.
Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
That's it. So, it's unfortunate, and it just put a total stop to the evening right there. And you shouldn't do that shit. You shouldn't do that shit. And the Academy Awards, millions of people watching it. You, Will Smith, you look like a fucking idiot. You look like a fool for doing that. You look like a thug for doing that. You don't need to do that. You did not need to do that. No. It could have gotten way. I give Chris, anybody who keep the situation as far as it got was Chris Rock by just not doing anything, just not grabbing him afterwards or just not saying anything about his wife furthermore. Because, even though I don't know his wife has alopecia, I know they have an open marriage. I know he sleeps with other women and she sleeps with other guys. I would think maybe I'm old-fashioned in this way. I know. I admit I'm probably old-fashioned. I'm 56 years old. I'm an old-fashioned dude, I guess, I guess I just like, I'm just old-fashioned in this way that I would probably be more mad at some other guy fucking my wife than I would Chris Rock saying that bad joke. I don't know. That's me. I don't know. Maybe the guys who fuck your wife are bigger than you and you're afraid of them and you can't, I don't know. Maybe you like to actually watch your wife have sex. I don't know. And I'm not going to comment on that. Different strokes for different folks, okay? I know. How do I know they have an open marriage, but I don't know she has alopecia? Because it's been in the news. I've heard about it. I wish I didn't. I don't have to know this stuff, but yes, I've heard it through the grapevine somewhere. And everybody's going to know this through the grapevine somewhere, even if they didn't watch the Academy Awards. I didn't watch that scene many times. I didn't have to watch the Academy Awards. I want to watch that scene. I bet the rest of the Academy Awards sucked. Even when he won the award and he did his crying act, I bet that sucked too. But then no one said anything to him. They let him sit right back down and they were like, okay, they didn't say, I'm sorry, you can't be here. Your wife can accept the award for you, but you have to go. You can wait in the lobby. You have to. No. He can do what he wants. He can beat the shit out. That's okay. It's Will Smith. He's gonna win the award, and we'll have a good. And he went afterwards, the afterwards party, and he's dancing like nothing happened. When you go home after that, saying, I made a fool of myself. Maybe we should go home. His son tweeted out, "That's how we do it. That's how you do it." Walking up on stage in front of millions of people and slapping a guy because he said a joke. That's how you do it. That's going to be a good future for you. To his son, who's not going to be in any more movies because you fucking suck. You're not 1/1000th the actor your father is. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I'm just a layman, so I'm just saying what I believe. And I think this is what any rational person would think too. And I understand him getting maybe a little upset, but you don't charge the stage, and there's something, a part of you that should say, hey, I can't do this. Let me talk to Rock backstage and say, hey, dude, I didn't appreciate that, my wife. And then he would say, oh, I didn't know that. And then they would probably, hash it out. Maybe they'll get loud backstage. Don't let everybody in America hear about this, okay? You don't need to go that far. I'm sure there's been squabbles backstage. at the Academy Awards through history, and we don't know about it because, well, we shouldn't know about it. But we're going to know about this, and the greatest night of his life is now going to be tainted by, oh, wasn't that the night he bitch slapped Chris Rock, somebody a few inches shorter than him? I would have loved if The Rock would have said that same joke, and let's see what would happen. And Chris Rock for his, The Rock, Chris Rock. Chris Rock for his again, for his coolness in this whole thing, he could have started to abuse, Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith about their open marriage right then and there. Thank God he didn't. That would have been, at that point, people would have had to, he would have dodged the stage. The people would have been, the only thing I could see possibly good about this is that it's a joke. Is that they plan this. This is like Andy Kaufman thing, like when he fought Jerry Lawler, and we didn't know for years until the movie came out, and Lawler is in the movie. He's playing himself, and he says to Jim Carrey as Andy Kaufman, "Wow, shit, I'm sorry, we have to stop doing this now." But he was in on the whole thing. It was all a fucking farce. I went my whole life until that point thinking the Jerry Lawler Andy Kaufman thing was real, and then Jerry Lawler really beat the shit out of Andy Kaufman and put him in the hospital and injured his neck and slapped him on the Letterman show, which he probably did, but Andy Kaufman went along with it. It was all a big. Andy Kaufman talked Jerry Lawler into doing it with him. They were friends in real life, and they actually. So I could think maybe, hopefully, that's what it is, and maybe in a week or 2 weeks or a month or somewhere down the line, they're going to say, "Ha, we did this really to up our value in money because Chris Rock's going to go on tour and get more money now, and the Academy Awards are probably going to be watched by more people next year, and it's something to talk about. So that's why we did it as a joke. I can only imagine. I can only hope that's what's happening here. If it does, hey, I'll give them thumbs up. I'll give them, that was great. That was good. I mean, that was as good as the Jerry Lawler. Better, because a lot of people don't know the Jerry Lawler Andy Kaufman thing because it wasn't during the Academy Awards. This is during this would have been, this is great. This is probably the biggest fucking in the history of ahas, I can only hope. I hope that this is what it is for both of their sakes. More, of course, Will Smith because Chris Rock looks pretty good in this. Will Smith looks like an idiot. I'm sorry to say, and I hope he bounces back and he's gonna do some great movies again. Okay, he's gonna bounce back. People are not gonna really pay much attention to this, and they're going to hire him. So I hope it all gets flushed under, I mean, when it comes to his professional life. I don't think he should give back the Academy Award. I don't think they should make him give the Academy Award back. I think they should say next year you're not invited to the awards. You got a 5-year ban from the awards. We're not going to take back your award, but you got a 5-year ban. And that was just bullshit. That was amateur night, dude. We can't accept that. We got to give you a ban to at least show that we're serious about. And this is Hollywood, who you can't make fun of. A lot of people you can't make fun of. It's all about being kind to people. You got to be kind and polite to people. And then he's running on stage and bitch slapping another guy, a grown man in the face. In front. That's completely the opposite. That's not even making fun of a trans person. That's physical assault. That's a felony. And that's way worse than calling somebody a name. In this society, we have to really realize that names are just name calling. Like, I got very thick skin. You could say, "You stuttering prick." I'm gonna give a fun fuck what you think. "Oh, you stutter." Yeah, I wasn't made fun of like that since high school. Thanks for bringing back all my high school angst and all my problems I had in high school being made fun of because I started. Thanks for bringing all that back now in my adult life. That's what I would say, something like that. But I really don't care. I got thick skin, so it doesn't really bother me. I've been on many dates that the girl just blew me off and changed the number, wouldn't take my phone calls. So I'm used to rejection in life. It's fine, you know. So yeah, we have to have that more in life, that kind of thing, and not get upset. Like they said to Chris Rock, "Oh, we'll give you some counseling if you." Chris Rock's probably like, "Fucking hell, yeah, a guy slapped me, you know, he's having a bad night. You know, I'm a man, I could take it. Just don't worry about it. Let's move on." And I'm glad he did that. And P. Diddy later on, he put on his, you know, he tweeted out or some shit. Hey, they got along. They're getting along. We danced the night away. Everything's cool. Okay, good. I don't know why P. Diddy has to say that, but okay. They're all hanging out together. They're all getting along good. Fine, fantastic. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Chris Rock came out the bigger man, and you know, Will Smith looks like a fucking asshole. And standing up for his wife, no, I don't think that's what it was. I think it was probably some other shit. And I hope, again, going back to this, I hope it was all staged and the joke's on us. Anyway, this is JP Alexander for the Rabid Dogs Unleashed, and until the next time, ciao.